Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Woohoo! If you don't know who I am Beauty by Princess K. If you're new here, hello. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm so glad you stopped by. Anywho, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a really exciting video for me, only because I'm going to be doing a first impression. This is a first impressions of things that have been out there for a while, but I just now got my hands on them, and I'm really excited to use them. If you want to see what I actually do, then just continue to watch. And as always, thank you so much for supporting me, and go ahead and give my video a thumbs up to help spread that content and let other people know about the greatness that is Princess. Yeah, I said it kind of conceited, but you know, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start out this look of how I normally do my makeup on a regular basis. I usually start with my eyebrow. I have found this wonderfulness. That is Soda Pop from the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette. And I used the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I loved the way that my brows turned out. They were so dark and pretty, so basically that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Brow Wiz pencil because it has a spoilie on it, just to comb through the actual brows. So now what I'm going to do is just dip into a little bit of Soda Pop, and I'm going to go ahead and start shaping my brows, filling them in with only that color. If you like deep, dark brown brows like I do, you'll love it. It's the perfect color. And with this technique, I don't really mind if the brow shape comes out a little crazy, because we are always going to be able to clean it up using our concealer. So it's one of the things that I absolutely love about makeup, is because even though something was created for one thing, like this Soda Pop eyeshadow was created as an actual eyeshadow, you can use it for whatever you want, and there's no rules in makeup. So look how dark they are. I love it. Now I just need to clean them up. To do that, I'm going to take a new product that I'm really excited about, which is the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer. I've heard so many wonderful things about this product, like it's not even funny, and I was like, why not? Let me just get it, let me just try it and see how it goes. So basically I'm just going to take this on a flat e.l.f. brush and just sculpt out my brows. Apply a little bit of it on the back of my hand. It is so creamy. Oh, it just feels wonderful. It feels like bliss. I've seen a lot of people use it to conceal underneath their eyes, which is fine, but I'm going to try to use it for my brows and see how I like it. The shade that I got has a bit of a red undertone, which I don't have an issue with that at all. Hold please. I'm going to use this for top and bottom. I love the way that this cleaned up the brow. Like, I promise these are like, this is a fancy brow. It's really fancy. This has really got my brows all the way together. Like, all the way together. I'm in love. I am in love. So, first impression of this Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer. Thanks, Kevin. Now, the only thing that I can say is a con for me with this product is that it's inside of a pot instead of a tube, or, you know, something that has an applicator connected to it. But I mean, it's not a huge negative or anything like that. You can always work around it. You see I did, and I love the way that my brows turned out. So using my finger, I'm going to take a tiny bit of the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer and just conceal the rest of my eyelid, because this is normally the process that I would do every day. Now because this is so creamy, and I have extra oily eyelids that's like beyond ridiculous, I'm gonna go ahead and set this concealer. We're gonna call it concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and set this concealer using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This isn't a new product to me or to anyone else, but this is what I'm going to use to go ahead and set that. Okay, so now that I've already set my eyes and everything like that, I'm gonna pick up another new product. Again, new to me, not new to everybody else, but I'm really excited about it, and this is gonna be my first impressions of it. This is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I love this. This is so luxurious and pretty and just gorgeous as always. Anastasia knows what she does. And in here, of course, with any of her palettes, she puts in a brush. You see, I haven't touched it. It's still in the plastic, but it's dual-ended. It has a fluffy side and then it has a flat side. And then this is the palette. How gorgeous is this palette? Like, this color right here really screamed my name. I did swatches of it yesterday, not of the matte shadows, but of the shimmer shadows. Not shimmer, well, shimmer, glittery, whatever they are, but I did swatches of those yesterday, so that's why you see fingerprints. But this is gorgeous and I love it so far, and I haven't even used it just because it's so pretty, but we are going to use it today. So I'm going to be using Lure as my transition color, and that's this color right here, and I'm going to use the brush that it comes with. Why not? Should I bring y'all in closer? I think I should. Hold on. So as I stated before, I'm going to be using the color Lure as my transition color, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that it comes with. The one thing though I am noticing is when looking inside the viewfinder, it looks like it's a lilac purple shade, but it's not. It's coming up a little bit deeper on my skin tone, and I'm also showing that when I dip back into the pan to apply more, it's starting to have like a grayish tone to it and then turning into purple. Does that make any sense? So I'm going to continue using the same brush, but I'm just going to dip into that parallel color just to intensify the outer V of the eye. It's not really blending to my likability right now, but we'll see. No complaints about the actual shadow. It's just not as pigmented as the Subculture palette was, and I think even just a little bit less pigmented than what the Modern Renaissance palette is, but it's okay. To get this color payoff, I really had to go into the palette several times, so that's a little concerning. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of dimension onto a flat eyeshadow brush by e.l.f. This picture that I showed previously is not doing this shadow any justice, because on here it looks a little bit of gray, but in the pan it is a deep purple with like pink reflex in it. It's a really gorgeous color, like gorgeous. Another really cool tip when you're trying to apply eyeshadows to your lash line, like as close to your lash line as possible, if you flip the brush upside down and drag upwards, then that'll help you get as close to the lash line as humanly possible. I did notice after I applied a little bit of Fix Plus onto the brush, it did make the shadow look a little bit chunky. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but it can prevent you from being able to blend it out properly, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the main reason why I bought this whole palette is because of this highlighter lime green shade called Sphere. It's gorgeous, and I'm going to use this on the inner tear duct of the eye, of course. But one thing, yes, there was a lot of fallout, as you will see. I'm not sure why, because none of the other shadows had this much fallout in it. And then I started to notice that the more I tried to pack the color onto the inner tear duct, the more the color picked back up onto the brush. It became very patchy and it just didn't look attractive at all. I'm going to try something on the other eye to see if I can fix that. This is the LA Colors Jumbo Eye Pencil in white. So it was something that was fixable, because as you see, as I progress after placing that Jumbo Eye Pencil onto the eye, it actually gave something for the color to stick to. So it's something that is fixable. You just got to play with it. And I don't really too much mind that, especially with makeup, because you can play with it, you can change it, it's there for you to experiment with. So that didn't really bother me. I really think that helped it a whole lot, because as you can see, you can still see the pigmentation here on this one part of my nails. I haven't gotten them done in a while, don't judge me. But then over here on this one, you can see where the color actually picked up. So we're gonna move on to the actual face. And I'm excited because I get to be one of those Instagram girls, you know, because even though y'all have heard me say millions of times over and over I have extra oily skin, you still should provide hydration to your skin even if you have oily skin. So I thought, why don't I just pick up some of the Forsali Rose Gold Elixir? And I did. I got the miniature bottle because, like, for real, am I ever gonna use all of this? No. But, you know, just to give it a shot. I opened this package, girl, look, I'm dripping. I opened this yesterday and I took a good whiff of it. It smells so good. I feel like if you're one of those, like if this was a perfume, I would wear it. It smells really good. It feels like it's very it's like, I mean, it's an oil, so it's oily, but it doesn't feel like grease, if that makes any type of sense. It doesn't feel like grease. It feels like an oil, but it doesn't feel like grease. I don't know if I'm making any sense. If I'm not, you know, just let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, I mean, it gave my face a little extra shine, but it was already halfway shiny when I started this process. So, you know, I just wanted to try something new, so why not? Now, again, because I'm extra oily, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with some powder. And I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder to set my face. It says deep 35. When I put this on, you tell me how deep it is. Which shade of deep is this? It's Ghost Deep. Okay, so now that I look like the ghost of Christmas past, I'm just gonna move on to a new foundation. Again, this is a first impression for me. Everybody else, I'm pretty sure, has already used this foundation. I have not. I just picked it up and I'm really excited about it. The one thing though is I opened the package on yesterday because that's when it came inside the mail. I got it during the Sephora VIB sale, and the little corner part, oh, if I didn't tell you, let me tell you, it is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in the color Walnut. Like, this little part right here was gone, but what can I do about it? The only thing though is I have never matched myself in an Hourglass foundation, so I have no clue if this fits me. Of course, when you buy foundations online, like, you could be completely wrong, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Now, I've seen a couple of videos where people, it's really smooth. So I've seen how people have put the foundation on and then blended it out with a brush. So that's what I'm going to do on this side of my face, and it is the Morphe M439 brush. And I'm just going to use that to blend. I can tell already this is giving me all kinds of pumpkin spice. So definitely not my shade. We'll be returning it back to Sephora. But it blends out really well. Like, that blended out really well. I would say this is medium coverage. I wonder if you can build it up. Okay, so in the viewfinder, it doesn't look as bad as it does in person. Like, I look like a pumpkin. Like, this is so orange. It's not even funny. But for the purposes of this video, I'll continue on and just correct it later. I'm gonna blend out this side with my beauty blender, my dirty beauty blender. See how well that works out. I do want to put this out here that the color of the foundation, that shade, it's not the fault of the foundation, it's the fault of myself, because I ordered it online and never matched myself before with Hourglass foundation, so I wasn't familiar to how they actually come out. So we're not gonna blame the foundation for me looking like a pumpkin, okay? If this was my actual color, this, I mean, it would be banging. You wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. Nothing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take some of that Kevin Aquan Skin Enhancer, and let's see if it'll actually work with this foundation. If you'll be able to tell. And I'm gonna just blend it out with the beauty blender. See what happens. Oh, that was beautiful. That, I mean, that took nothing. Nothing. That was beautiful. And it took little to nothing to do it. This stuff, business. Business. Well worth the money. I'm gonna set that though with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Okay, yeah, that matted that out real good. I like it. I like it. Like, I use that to matte out the skin enhancer, the concealer. I use that to matte out the concealer, and I don't feel like it's extra dry underneath my eye or anything like that. Like, it still feels hydrated. Like, I'm just gonna fast forward through this part. I'm just setting my face with my all-time favorite L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. That's all. That's all. Okay, so moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and contour the face, and I'm so sorry I keep using this palette, but I love it. I know that it was limited edition. Hopefully you can find it somewhere online to try to get it, but it's the Tarte Times Makeup Shayla, and I'm just gonna take the dark color as always and just use that to contour my face. And again, I'm sorry I keep using it, but I love this palette. Again, I'm gonna go back into the palette and I'm gonna use the darker highlight shade in the middle of the palette on my finger, and I'm gonna use that as my highlight because I love it. Okay, so on to another product that is new to me, and it is kind of new to the beauty industry, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Kit. And I love this palette because it comes with a mirror, you can see, and then it has these 4 beautiful shades. Beautiful. I'm gonna take some of this Blackberry. So I'm going to go back to the eyes, and I'm going to use the exact same Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that came with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I'm going to drag this on the bottom lash line. Now I'm going to pick up using, what is this? This is an e.l.f. eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this color right here, Throne, and I'm going to add that. I'm going to add that to the lash line as well. Now, because I feel like it's not a deep enough look on the top of the eyes, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pick up Obsidian, this black color right here, on the same fluffy brush, just a little bit because I don't know how deep this is, and I'm going to add this to the outer portion of the eye. And then I'm gonna go into Lucid because this looks like a really pretty color. It looks white on here, but it's not. I don't even know what to color. I don't even know what to call it. It's not white. It's like, I don't know. Beautiful. I'm gonna use this as my highlight for my inner tear duct. Isn't that gorgeous? And then for my bottom lashes, I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals Lash Dimension. See how well it is. See how good it works out. Oh, it has a really tiny brush, so that's good. Hopefully that'll help me out. I've had this mascara for a while. I just haven't used it inside of a tutorial yet. So I'm back. Okay, I put on my eyelashes. It took a minute. It took a minute. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Practice makes perfect and all that good jazz. So now we need to move on to the lips. So this is a combination that I've absolutely been in love with. So I'm going to be using the NYX lip pencil in the color Nude Truffle. Then I'm going to take the Too Faced Melted Chocolate in the color Chocolate Honey. If I can get it open. And that's pretty much it. I love this combination. I think it's this. I think it's the melted chocolate that really makes the look, because it's very nude for my skin tone, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, you can't tell me nothing. What? Okay, so this is pretty much the look that we got out of our products. And so yeah, let me just give you an overview of my thoughts. So my brows, absolutely love them. Again, the Jaclyn Hill palette. Multiple uses for whatever you want to use it for. It's a beautiful palette. Don't sleep on it, excuse me. Then let's go on to the Farsali. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm an oily girl, and I feel like I'm going to be extra oily. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last for me. But I just wanted to try something a little bit different, you know, be like those girls on Instagram. You ain't gonna tell me I had lipstick on my teeth? The foundation, the Vanish stick is very, very pretty. I don't know if it's supposed to be full coverage. Maybe I should look into that. But I feel like it was very like medium coverage. I don't think that it was really even a whole lot buildable either. So, I mean, those are just my perspectives, but it blended out beautifully with both the brush and the beauty blender. I feel like on the beauty blender side it looked like a little bit more flawless, but it was still extra gorgeous. What else did we try? Oh, the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Prism palette. Some of the colors, like these outer colors, you know, the mattes didn't have very much pigmentation in them. That first shimmer that I used, that purple, that one was gorgeous. I feel like though when it was sprayed with a little bit of Fix Plus, it did become a little bit patchy and start to look a little crazy. The matte green, I don't know what happened with that one, like at all. Like that was the color that made me want to buy this palette, because it's like, where do you get that color from? Why does it fit inside this palette? It doesn't. This is what makes it brilliant, and that's the reason that I wanted it. But for some reason, whenever I applied it and then went back over to try to get a better pigmentation of the color, it just basically picked right back up on top of the brush. And that was the brush from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe I got something that wasn't, I don't know, the best. I don't know. I don't know. I would say overall, I do like the palette. I think my hesitation towards this palette, one, with it not picking up and then picking back up the color that I already placed onto the lid, I think my hesitation is because the pigments from the Subculture palette, even though people had such a huge problem with with a Subculture palette. I didn't. I liked the Subculture palette. So I feel like with the great pigmentation that came from that palette, I was a little bit disappointed by the pigmentation that's in this palette. But, you know, it's still a good palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I feel like you can get many looks out of it. You just gotta twerk it and play with it so that way it fits you, you know? For the mascara from Bare Minerals, I mean, it's mascara. It did what it did. It did what it's supposed to do. My lashes are, bottom lashes are visible, so I mean, what can you say? Oh, the blush palette, that was extremely beautiful. I do feel like chocolate was just a tad bit too close to this skin tone that I got going on right here, but the other colors are very, very pretty. They're very, very soft, easily to blend, very, very easy to blend out. I had no issues with that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the, oh, almost missed one, child. Let me take a step back. This right here is the business. That Kevin Aquan skin enhancer. I don't know what I was doing with my life before. Like, why was I sleeping on that? It is the business. I promise you need to get it. If you don't have it, you need to get it. It is so beautiful. Like, I love the coverage, I love the consistency, I love the way it's so blendable, and you can use it for multi-purposes, because who wants to use makeup for just what it was made for? Let's try it for everything else. That was a really good purchase, and I'm so glad that I did. Yeah, the only downfall for that one is, like I said before, it's inside of a jar instead of a tube, and there's no applicator, but whatever, it worked just as fine with my brushes. So yeah, that is all of my thoughts on all of the new to me products and my first impressions of those products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and love this look, because I absolutely love this look. If you do, then go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, and, you know, become a subscriber so that way you don't miss out on any of my other videos. And by hitting the thumbs up button, basically you're helping me to spread my content to everybody else, and I'd appreciate it. If you're not already, you can follow me on my other social medias. They are listed down in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever it is that you are, whatever time of day that you are, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. She cute or whatever.